Hello, Leo. Hello, my pussycats. Welcome to weekly reading with me, Cindy. So I'm on vacation this week, but I did pre-recorded readings for you. Because, yeah, you know, you still gotta know what you gotta know. What kind of messages does the spirit world want to send to you, even while I'm away? So let's see. The sun. Patience. I'm trying for six cards, but let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out, Leo Pussycats. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Page. The Three of Earth. The Hermit is underneath. I'm really getting the feeling like lately with the readings with the Hermit, it's really, you know, the Hermit is often a time of self-reflection, pulling away from distractions, interactions, all sorts of stuff, and really going within and spending a lot of time in your own personal space. A lot of times that's self-imposed. I'm feeling more and more lately like it's not self-imposed. It feels like just situations and circumstances that are going on around us and around in the world are causing this hermit mode. But, you know, I want to say your deeper self is part of this agreement. It's part of doing this hermit work, doing this work, this internalizing and looking within. It's interesting because underneath the Hermit is victory. So underneath the Hermit is victory. So the underline here is a pretty interesting story. And then underneath, wow, we have the Queen of Earth. Sometimes I just get so many messages from the underlined cards that you're getting. So there's a lot of stability, a lot of growth. There's victory here. It feels like self-imposed. I'm just getting that, or not self-imposed. Maybe that came out for some people, and it could be. But it feels like it's not a self-imposed hermit mode. Like it's an energy that people are taking on because they really don't have a choice. They kind of have to be in and on themselves, looking at themselves over and over and over again, right? Like how many times can we look at ourselves? And it just reaches another stage of discomfort, finding some sort of other label or some sort of other layer to the onion of our life that we're peeling away and looking at. So what do we have here? We have the Sun and Patience. So Patience is kind of like Temperance. Then we have the Eight of Fire and the Page of Fire, like the Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands. But you see, that's where we get this Four of Water and Three of Earth. So the Four of Water is like the Four of Cups. Well, that didn't go well. That didn't happen. That didn't get noticed. That got missed. And the Three of Earth, it's like the Three of Pentacles, wanting to collaborate, wanting to work with others, wanting to do stuff, wanting to share ideas and experiences and grow from that, and others grow from you. That whole interaction. You start off with the Sun card, and it's a little bit like going along a path here. You're patient along the journey. You're patient along the path. Your wish fulfillment. Diving into your wish fulfillment here. Seeing the clarity in your life. What it is that you want. Seeing that. It almost like it's right there. And then with patience, there is some time in nurturing this. You know, I'm getting this message. It's like the universe is asking us, and this has come up before, is this what you want? Is this how you think you want it? There's so much reassessment going on with so many of us. And I see that with the patience. I see that with the patience because the Sun is here. The wish fulfillment is here. The wish fulfillment is here. But yet then you're looking back on it with patience. And if it's patience, it's like Temperance. It's being balanced about it. It's having like a balanced and logical an emotional and spiritual approach to figuring out what this wish fulfillment is. Is this how I want to see the wish fulfillment? And I think you've spent some time here. You spent some time in looking at this, in this wish fulfillment, and thinking about it, but thinking about it in a very holistic way. Like not looking at it and going, maybe I shouldn't have done it. I'm not deserving of that. Maybe there was a little bit of that, but with the temperance, patience, energy, I really feeling like if there was a little bit of self-doubt or negative self-talk to you, it comes balanced again. Like you're working those emotions out. It's like the alchemy of developing you really percolating up. Because then you seem to know. It's like you know. With this 8 of Fire and the Page of Fire. The Age of Fire. It's weird how words are just coming out like that sometimes. The Age of Fire. And it's the Sun. The Age of Fire. Like there's some sort of association with the Sun. There was last year. Last year with Leo. Because that's your planet. Which is not a planet. That's your planetary energy. Your celestial energy. Your celestial body energy is the Sun. And without the Sun, there's nothing. It doesn't matter about Pluto, Mars, any of that. They're just rocks in space. Literally. I mean, wonder about how much the Sun is really producing. Like the gravity in itself of the Sun. It just holds everything together. It is everything. And there was a reading about Leo months and months ago about how important you were, to your community, to yourself, and to others, because you hold this energy of the Sun. Like it's a really important energy that needs to come out. So the Age of Fire, I said that instead of the Page of Fire here, but it's releasing something. And it's kind of interesting because the Moon sits behind this Page of Fire. The Moon is sitting behind the Page of Fire, the Age of Fire. There's something in the unknown. The Sun is asking us to walk into the unknown. The Sun is asking you to walk into the unknown. Maybe this was a wish fulfillment in the past. So many things in our lives become past wish fulfillments, and then they need to shift and change into other things. And this patience, looking back on yourself, seeing yourself, and wanting to move forward here. But there's a message, there's a clue in the energy of the Moon to truly release this Sun. There's something about the energy of the Sun that needs to be released here, and that's within you. But the process of that goes into the unknown. And she is sitting at the bottom of the water there. She's on the, at the bottom. Whether she's at the deepest depths of the ocean, she's in a shallow portion of the ocean, she's at the bottom of a lake. Feels very oceany though, because it's very clear. Lakes tend to be a little bit more silty and murky. Going down into that unknown. Going down into places that may have in the past been like something lost, something missed. To look out and find it again. Because when you do this process, then you start looking out with this new energy, this new approach into what is in the Sun. What is the Sun is linked with the Moon, and there's been so many eclipses lately too. So weird. I should really keep track of all those things, but I don't do that. You guys all do that. I just like to be the vector. Good doing that. I'm going to be in the vector here, and you guys can put all the pieces together. You guys can put all the pieces together. And I'm going to go into this tarot and get a card to put underneath each one of these. My hair is very messy. I have an appointment. By the time you see me, my hair will have been cut. I know that. I think in about 2 more weeks from when I'm filming this. But it's vacation, so I'm just like sitting down when I got some time, and I'm saying the week of July 15th, Leo. Oh, look at that. The High Priestess is under the Sun. The King of Wands is under patience. The Three of Pentacles is under that 8 of fire. The Star. Wow. The Chariot. And the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, see, that's just it. I want to show you how this ended. There's some sort of process here about reassessment over and over and over again. Reassessing. You didn't get it the first time, we're going to let you do it a second time. You didn't get it the second time, we're going to let you do it a third time. It feels like. And then look at, as we finally get there, all these things are left behind. Things I really love this Knight in this deck. He's got no shoes on. He's just walking barefoot. He's grounded in the earth. He really is feeling, you know, the only person in charge of my path, in charge of where I'm going, is me. And feeling myself there. Feeling myself there. Being connected. There's nothing nothing man-made. No socks, no shoes. Nothing man-made standing between, or man-made concepts either, standing between me and where I'm going and where I feel like I want to go. And leaving behind, you know, there's all these, like, how many pentacles are there? There are literally 10 pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not counting the one on the person's back. The person is carrying their Ace of Pentacles. They've dropped everything from the past and they're carrying their Ace. The universe is not going to let up on us with this. I mean, this is interesting because I'm recording this about 2 weeks before you receive it. And I don't know what's going on with the world. I can see right now some stuff that's going on in the world. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another period when you guys are watching this, especially with this Hermit card. This is like looking into the future. I'm trying to look like way into the future here because I am saying I want to connect. Leo, who needs the message? The week of July 15th, 2020. I'm recording this. I'll tell you what day it is. What is today? Today's June the 24th. And I am projecting this to July the 15th. I think this video is coming out where there are certain states, cities, countries that are going into another shutdown. Something is happening. Because I'm really getting the message here. If it's not yet, it is about to. There's really a message here about, again, self-assessment. Self-assessment. The Sun with the High Priestess. You really know what your wish fulfillment is. It's clearing the muck. It's clearing the fog. It's clearing the smog. All of that. To know what your wish fulfillment is. When you find the patience to look back on yourself and look back on where you've been and who you were, that's when you really become the strong leader in your life, right? That's when you really become the strong leader in your life. When you hold up that wand and you have that passion and desire and that fire. The Eight of... Oh, wow. The Eight of Fire with this Three of Pentacles. See, the little girl on the panda, she's going into this really unknown kind of cool woods setting with all these lanterns, all these Chinese lanterns hanging up there. And yet, what's underneath it here is this Three of Pentacles. It's like a mother, father, and a child. And it's almost as if they're showing her, you know, this is how to be creative, but she's making a different choice here. Now, this is how I'll be creative. I'm feeling a very powerful energy from youth, from the youth. The youth are, and I'm getting that from this Eight of Fire here. So not only, and I'm seeing younger and younger people coming to the channel. I guess they have less and less to do. So they're coming to the channel, thank you. But I'm really feeling an empowerment, an awakening. I've had this sense for a while that like people like me, I don't really see myself as a starseed. I feel very connected to Earth. I've never really identified myself as feeling like I don't belong here. I have this feeling like I've been here a very long time, to be honest. And sometimes I feel like it might be my last time. I don't know. I just kind of feel like that. Like I look at things and sometimes I catch myself looking at them like I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to capture everything I can about it. It's just that feeling. And I kind of feel like there's some sort of a big, this is turning into a very deeper spiritual reading here. It feels like some of the younger, like this whole Starseed, I think it's a beautiful energy. I guess I would kind of maybe attribute myself to more of like the witches and the wizards. But, you know, there's often not shown. I mean, earthly history has not shown that energy to be light, but it is light, and the struggle has been trying to show humanity the light. And I think there's a lot of people in my generation and definitely before my generation that were of that, and a lot of the elderly have been leaving us very and on high numbers right now. There is a very big shift occurring. And I'm feeling it with this card here, with this youth. So however this message is going to come out in two ways, depending on where you're sitting in this energy. If you're feeling like a very old soul that has been here a very long time, like I've traveled to different parts of the world, and I swear to God, it's like going home. I'm like, never was able to pick up French in school and went to France, and within 2 days I'm talking fluently to like, it's just like, it just happens. And it's the same with, I just know how to draw very detailed, realistic artwork, and I swear to goodness, I probably spent time working on cathedrals like in past lives. It just feels it. How did I just start doing tarot? Like that. It just happens. Like, that's the kind of energy. I think that's how you can identify yourself as having a lot of lives up to this point here. And there's a transition going on. There's also a transition of release. I'm feeling that. My energy, and if you're feeling that too, is not necessarily to be making massive active physical change. I don't have the same energy and the same insight as what I see this young energy having. This young energy is hacking into systems and sabotaging through social media, but it's making social change. It's, you know, some people will the ones who disagree with this are the old farts. That's what I'm going to say. And I really don't want to include myself as an old fart, because I think youth sees things without the labels, and they see things more clearly than sometimes we do, because we're stuck in the paradigm of the existence of it. And it's like, oh, there's some change here. And for the Leos coming to this reading, I feel like some of you are in me, this older energy, and you keep doing what you do. I've said this before, and I think it was an Oakman reading, how important it is to stay in your lane, because you have a path and you have a purpose here. And it's also important for youth to realize that as well. I know some people have commented about their kids being mad at them for not going to protests and engaging in the social change, but yet there's other things that they're doing that they need to do, that those parents need to do. So you have to stay in your lane, and you can't force other people to come into your lane here, because you're being given the choices here. This is this reassessment, Leo. This is this reassessment, is your lane. What is your lane? Because here, look at this. The page, I was calling this the Son of Fire. The Son of Fire, with the moon in the background and the stars underneath it. So the message that's coming into me with this is that understanding the energy of the sun. The sun gives everything. Strength, fulfillment, clarity, warmth. But it can't do that. At least we can't have what we have here with that sun energy without the moon. The unknown is so important here. The unknown, it's so important to walk into the unknown, because that's the future. If we only feel comfortable walking into what we know, we're walking into the past, because that's all we know. So we have to walk into the future here. And look at this, the star. What is the star but another sun, but further away? So it goes beyond what you can imagine and wish here. And it may even be pulling in more starseed energy. Look at this, the Four of Water with the Chariot, like two opposite, polar opposites. This Four of Water is just like, disappointment, really no movement, being down at the bottom of the ocean, and this has come up and it's just driving forward. There's a momentum sitting behind the stagnant energy. There's a momentum. There's a very strong momentum sitting behind this stagnant energy. And what does that momentum take us to? Like, look at it takes us to that final. At some point here, there's going to be a final assessment, a reassessment of the reassessment of the reassessment of where it is you want to go. What do you want to put your energy into? Who do you want to put your energy into? How do you want to work and collaborate with those energies? Choosing a path here. Really choosing a path. What was at the bottom? Oh, the Four of Wands, because it's celebration. There will be celebration. There always is celebration. At the end of any hard point in our lives, there is always celebration. At the end of any difficult cycle, there's always been celebration at the end. But this is all about assessing. This is really, I feel like this is a real message for like the youth, any youth that are coming to watch this video. And any people that I would say that are probably at the ages of 40 and up that are coming to this video as well. But that's also, you know, I don't want to, because there are early star seeds, and there are also those that are, you know, have had many lifetimes here, and that are coming in like now, or have come in the last 20 or 30 years. And it's almost like that balance, that shift, trying to keep with the patience, trying to keep the balance in the shift. There's a shift happening here. There's a very big generational shift. And it's not just generational, because I have to catch myself in how I'm describing it. It's not just generational in years that we understand here. This is an energetic shift. And you can't stop it. I really feel like it can't be stopped. This energetic shift cannot be stopped. Because this youth is what's sitting in this energy of movement and creativity. And this reading has kind of inspired me to go to, what the heck is this deck called again? Oh, it's been out so long since I've used it. Oh my gosh, I don't remember. Oh, my Starseed. The Starseed. Get a message for Leo from the Starseed. Because that message has gone around a few times. Like, it feels like the last time around. Jeez, I wouldn't be surprised if that message comes out in every zodiac at some point. I know the first one I think it came out for was Pisces. And I can't remember if it was Capricorn or Virgo. One of the earth signs I think it came out for. It's the last time around. And I'm getting that with Leo for some of you. But also, I'm also feeling like this new energy, this new younger energy shift. And that's this starseed energy. A final message for Leo. A final message for Leo. A final message for Leo. Oh my gosh. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. There you go. That's so important. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and talk about needing to stay in your own lane. And you are not for everyone. But that's also expressing the importance of what your journey is. You've got to stick with your journey. You've got to stick with your journey. Whether you're the younger energy, the older energy, the yin energy, the yang energy, you've got to stick. That's part of the whole greater scheme of everything. Don't hide it. Don't hide it. Don't be afraid to express it. That's the empowerment. Is recognizing that each other, in all of us. How do you identify yourself? What makes you feel comfortable? That's what makes you feel comfortable. What do you wish you could be in front of everyone else? Just do it. Just be that, right? Yeah. There you go. There's your reading. It was kind of a deeper, much deeper spiritual reading, Leo. For a holiday, for a vacation reading. But thank you. And until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.